Hello, my name is Todor Plachko from MCAT Bulgaria, and today we will finish our tutorials about designing a gear reducer with Inventor. As I told you in the previous lesson, I will show you how to create a bolted connection, and I will show you some tips about creating this bolted connection. So, we were here last time. Of course, I have created the upper part of our gear reducer. It is a simple part. I can send you if you want it by email with Autodesk 360, and you can see how it's made. So we will create a gear reducer upper part. Yes, as I mentioned in the previous part, if you want this gear reducer to do something, you have to create the second spur gear, of course, the gear connection, the second one. So this is the upper part, the top part. We will use the first two extrusions of this upper part for creating our bolted connection. As you see, it's very simple part. I'm only using extrusions, cut extrusions, of course, and some fillets. It's a very simple part. If you want it, I will send it, as I told before. Okay. So right now we will start creating this bolted connection. The first one will be this. M12 is the thread, and this one, of course. I will create all of the bolted connection. You will see how. I will just create one and then I will multiply it. You will see. Okay, let's start with a smaller one, smaller bolted connection. It is around here on this plate. Okay, all the things we will do are in the design table, and the first command is bolted connection. There are other connections also, but I will use bolted connection. I will use for placement linear because I know two of the dimensions where the center hole is. Okay, so I first have to select from which plane my bolted connection starts. So right now it starts from right start plane. There are different type of placements: concentric, unpointed, bihole. As I told you, we need only linear right here. Okay, so here is the start, somewhere here, and then I have to select the reference geometries from which I will determine the exact position. 17.6 here. Of course, I have measured these distances, and 15 here. Okay, so there is the axis of my bolted connection. Okay, diameter, as you saw, were 12 millimeters. Termination, of course, where this the second hole finished. As I also have to select it. As you can see, there is a preview of what will happen after I press OK. So let's add bolt. Let's say this one for T18 is so for T18. Okay, but as you can see, it connects, intersects with the part of this upper part of our gear reducer. So I will reduce this distance 12, let's say. Can be this bolt now can roll, can rotate. Alright, you can choose the exact length. As you know, boats don't have only standard diameters, they also have standard lengths. So there are different types of holes. Of course, the hole is connected to the type of the bolt, so you don't have to change it manually if you choose another type of bolt. Okay. So there is a washer here and a nut and a nut. So I'll add them when I press click to add fastener. Fasteners are all can be bolts, washers, and nuts. Okay, there is one. DIN 128, 108, 28. I will add another one, a nut. Let's say from ISO. Okay, 4032. Okay, as you see, you can add another one and another one. Of course, it's normal to add at least one nut. Okay. You can always change the diameter of the hole, which is not very, of course, not very normal. You can choose to have treated holes. So that you can change from here. Also, of course, you can always go back and edit these and before pressing OK, I will show you two things here. First one, you can add a template description. That's a combination, the combination we have made previously, so you can use it in another bolted connection. You don't have to choose it every time. In the calculation tab, there is something very interesting here. You can calculate how many bolts you must have to let's say to sustain a certain amount of forces. There are the forces. You can receive them through dynamic simulation, or you just can calculate it somehow. And I want to calculate the number of bolts, so I just press calculate, and there is a place where there is a number of bolts. So right now we need 5 bolts to sustain these forces. If I change the diameter to 10, I will need 7 bolts. So you can calculate very quickly how many bolts do you need. Of course, you have to manually place them. Alright, so I place this bolted connection, and as you see, Inventor not only creates generates the bolts, it generates also the holes. When you are making drawings of this part, of course, you can suppress them, because as you know, the holes are made when all the parts are together, not on a single part only. So here it is. Right now I will show you how to let's say save a bit of work, because if you want to put all of these bolts right now, you have to do the bolted connection 4 times here, 4 times for every single hole. You can save a little. You can save work. You just have to create the holes, and the holes only to one of the parts, not only the 2 parts. And I'll show you this. First, you have to right-click on the bolt from the menu or from the graphic window. It doesn't matter, and select delete using Design Accelerator. That means Inventor will delete not only the bolted connection, but it will delete and the holes also. So Right now I will create a hole, the holes, these 4 holes. You will see how. Of course, I will use the hole command. The hole command, 12 millimeters from here, 76. Treated, isometric, doesn't matter. Isometric, let's say. Alright, 12, size 12, size 12, 1.75, right hand, left hand, full depth, of course, and I'll press OK. So, a standard command hole. So I'll create the other 4 holes, the other 3 holes with the rectangular pattern command. I will not create it one by one, of course. Rectangular pattern, I will select this hole first. Be careful not to select the part, but to select only the hole, so it's easier from the browser on the left. Then directions, the 2 directions of my pattern. Okay, and the second direction here. So the dimensions are, yes, of course, there are 4, so the column is 2 by 2. So the dimensions are 53, as you can see from the drawings, and for 100, of course, I changed the direction. So 455 is the other dimensions. Alright, everything's perfect. 58. Okay, so okay, so there are the holes. As you can see, nothing unfamiliar. We have made many holes in previous tutorials, so nothing difficult. Right now, I will not press bolted connection. I will press place from content center. That button is in the assemble tab, and it's on the left. If you can't see it, maybe you have only place button. Just press the arrow down and select place from content center. Then go to bolts, go to hexcat, filtered only DIN, only ISO, standard ISO, and select ISO 4018. Go on the top of the hole, not the cylindrical part, just the top edge, and then Inventor will find the perfect diameter for you, and then select the button that shows bolted connection. There is a thickness right now. Follow pattern, and as you can see, right now all the holes that I have used, I have created previously, are right now placed on the exact places, exact holes. All right. And Inventor will not only create the bolts and the washers and the the nuts, it will also create the holes. Alright, as you can see, everything is okay. I have placed, I have put all the bolted connections with just one command. Of course, I have used the combination from the previous creating of a bolted connection. So the second part of this tutorial, I will add the other bolts. Of course, I will use the same technique. I will just put all the holes first in the one of the parts. Let's say the first one will be here. I will create a sketch on the top of this part, and I will just select. I will just select. I will just put the centers of these I will put the holes on the centers. So from here, I will use as a reference point from here to here. Again, from here to here, I'll just 95. I used a project geometry command to project my the first holes. Okay, 147 here, 0.5. Cool. Next one. Let me check. 100. Okay. $145. So we'll move. Okay, and that's enough. Okay, right. Okay. So these are our four holes here. Of course, I have to create the holes. Right now, I have only the centers. I have to place them exactly 10 millimeters here, 10 millimeters here, 10 millimeters here also, and 10 millimeters here too. So up again, I have select wrong geometry. Sorry, here 10 millimeters. All right. So all the centers are placed exactly. Of course, I will not create the other ones like this. I'll just use them. I will just use the mirror command to just to copy these centers on the other way, on the other side of this upper part. So I need a mirror line, so I created it. Okay, so I first will select all the centers that I will make a mirror of them. I will make mirror. Okay, next one is the mirror line, or you can just click right button on the graphic window and select continue. Alright, done. It's not very good, you cannot see it, but there are centers there. And the next things I will do, I will just create again this type of holes like this. But if you select it like this, it will select not very. There are many points here after all. Here, one by one. It's not a hard work after all. Here. There are 8 points after all, it's not a big deal. There are many points here, like end points, mid points, and there are many points, so Inventor cannot select exactly. If I delete all the unnecessary geometry in the sketch, I could select all the holes by a window. Okay, so the same routine after that. I'll select not the cylindrical part, the upper edge of the hole. Then again I press the bolted connection button, put the tick follow pattern. I will show where it will be the termination plane, and as you can see, they are the bolts. Of course, the one thing I have to do, of course I am setting the same combination, is to change the length of these bolts, of course, because the bolts The bolt is its length is not very big for this type of hole, so let's see, something M12 to 110 length. All right, that's not so important after all. You have to it's a technical thing. Okay, I press OK, and Inventor created all the bolted connections. Very easy way, very comfortable way. You can create these holes in the parts environment and then just use them. Of course, there are holes in the lower part also. They are created automatically. Okay, that's the tutorial for this gear reducer. I will continue to create tutorials, and I hope that you like them. I have very good responses for these tutorials. As you can see, there are other tutorials in our channel. I will translate them in English also, so you can use them for a practice. So if you have any question, any suggestions, or you want to see some other specific machine details to be designed, you can always write to us, and we will help you.